Back to Math to Mars. So today we're gonna be using the formula that we learned in the last session to find a point of intersection on a line without being given the ratio. But we do know here by reading the problem the find ratio and a point of intersection where the x-axis cuts the joint of points A 4 5 and B negative 10 negative 2. So we do know that it's the x-axis. And what's the equation for the x-axis? Well, it's y equals 0 because wherever y is equal to 0, that's the x-axis, right? If you think about it that way. So right now all we can do is really just plug in points using this equation, but we're not just gonna plug in points anywhere, right? We're gonna do it strategically. So we're gonna plug in points for the y values, but you might not be asking why. But that why we do that is because we have y equals 0 here, so we can just equate everything we have in here for y equals 0. So we can set this equal to 0, right? Since they're both equal to the y value. And that way we'll be able to find the point of intersection and then find the point and be able to satisfy both requirements. Alright, so let's just do that for the y first. So we have m. So this is for the y point. I just name that y point. So this is m of, well, y2, right? So y2 is negative 2 plus n of y1, which is 5, over m plus n. So this is why equate it, right? 0 is equal to m of negative 2 plus n of 5 over m plus n. If you take the m plus n to the other side, this is going to be equal to 0. So negative 2m, if we solve this, plus 5n is equal to 0. And then if we move the 2m to the other side, we get 5n is equal to 2m. And from here, we can just solve to find the ratio, right? You can just find that 5 over 2 is equal to m over n. So we have the ratio m over n is 5 over 2. So just write this here bigger. We have this. So we satisfied this requirement, find the ratio. So now we have to find the point of intersection, right? So that's easy now. We have m and n. So I'll just write the point is m. Well, sorry. We know m is 5. 5 times x2, what is that, negative 10, plus n of x1, just 4, over n plus n, right, which is 5 plus 2, which is 7, comma, is also going to be over 7, same thing here. So this is going to be 5 times y2, which is negative 2 plus n of that's 5, right? So now we just solve for this. Negative 50 plus, wait, sorry, I called this n again, so sorry. 2 here. Right, so negative 50 plus 8 over 7, comma, negative 10 plus 10 over 7. Well, you might say this is 0 over 7, so, well, that makes sense, right? Because it lies on the intersection lies on the x-axis, so that makes complete sense. So, we get, what's negative 50 plus 8? Well, that's negative 42 over 7, comma, 10 minus 10 is 0, 0 over 7 is 0. And then we get the point, negative 6, comma 0. So this is the point where the x-axis cuts the joint of points A and B. So we found the point of intersection right here. Okay, thank you. Hope you learned something.